Well, for me, and for most all of us, I would say WrestleMania is what we dreamed about as kids. So, every time we get the opportunity to be in a WrestleMania, this will be my fourth now. It's very special feeling, very special experience, and this one is probably my biggest matchup to date. Obviously, you look 2 years ago, and I ended up, cashing in the Money in the Bank and getting the title. But going into the show, I just had a regular match with Randy Orton. So this one with Triple H is a huge deal. It's not a make or break for my career, but it's a step to build my legacy. I've always compared myself to the greats, and I think that if I want to end up where they are, with these Hall of Famers and stuff like that, it's time to put up or shut up. Well, being a WWE superstar is interesting. It's very complex because there's so many things that go along with it. It's not just about what you do in the ring or on Monday nights. It's a 24/7 experience. We represent the largest professional wrestling company in the entire world. So to an extent, we represent the entire industry. And to be a person, who's in high regard within that company, a lot of people look to me to set an example for how to conduct themselves. So you got to be, in top form at all times, whether it's being up here early to do the interviews with you guys or making appearances on off days, spending time with our young fans. It's a full-on experience. It's just being a different type of person and making sure that you're pushing yourself to be a better human being every single day and a good representative for WWE, but also just for the professional wrestling community in general, so that we can change people's perspective. I think that people have old school people have an idea of what professional wrestlers are in their head as these uneducated, oiled up dummies. And I think that our generation has gone a long way in changing people's views on how you see what a professional wrestler is and the art form that it is and how much complexity and intelligence it actually takes to be, a top-tier WWE superstar. So there's a lot of responsibility that goes into it. It's not just putting on the gear and going out and having matches every night.
When you spin the ring, are there any fears in your mind that you're going to injure your knee again? How did you avoid that? How did you overcome that worry?
Yeah, you can't. I think mentally you got to go into your matches 100%. If you don't mentally put yourself at 100%, I think physically you're going to fall short. So for me, it's just about getting in the ring, getting the confidence during my workouts before the big match, and getting the reps in, just making sure it feels good going through the motions and stuff like that. And then you just got to talk yourself into it. You got to mentally put yourself in a place to where you're going to do everything you have to do to make this thing work, because you got no second chances. Who knows if I'll ever get an opportunity to wrestle Triple H at WrestleMania ever again. So I gotta just mentally, you got to block it out. You got to make sure that you're on the right track and just push forward.
You know a little bit. Do you still have the concept of your big metal rock fan? Do you still get time?
Yeah, I try to make some time to get to shows when I can. It's something that I really enjoy. So, luckily, I've been able to become friends with a lot of my favorite bands. So it's been easier to get to shows here and there. But I only have a few days off a week, so I gotta try to squeeze them in when I can.
Did you still get into mosh pits, into slams?
Not often. I honestly hadn't been into the pit area of a show in like a decade, up until probably I think I got in there. I went to a Parkway Drive show back in Chicago last fall, and that was the first time I had got into into the pit area and threw my hair around a little bit in probably 10 years.
Any metal bands you recommend?
Obviously Parkway off the top. I don't know of any huge metal bands these days that I'm really into. I'm trying to think of any new ones. Beartooth's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I've been listening to the softer stuff lately.